Hi, I'm Noah. This summer my wife and I are having twins. Celine Dion is totally copying us. You guys know cracked.com? It's a website that uses the banner of that old Mad Magazine knockoff, but they've really established a web presence for themselves as a website with daily humor pieces. Anyway, recently they had an article that included the following quote. Couples often wait until the child is born to find out the sex, hoping against hope that you'll eventually ask them, is it a boy or a girl, at which point they'll answer in unison, we want it to be a surprise, not realizing the bitter hate that swells up in every human being around them afterward. Hey, cracked! Screw you! You see, Craig, I can't speak for every parent to be, but our decision not to find out the sex of our twins actually has very little to do with you. I know. It's kind of shocking that somebody would actually make a decision that wasn't based entirely on your expected reaction, but Amanda and I decided not to find out the sexes because we really wanted to be surprised. I know. Selfish, selfish. Hey, Cracked, remember when you used to be an actual comedy website instead of just a series of lists to show off how much smarter you are than everybody else? Oh, I understand. Real creativity is hard. It's so much easier just to paraphrase Wikipedia articles and stick in a couple of dick jokes. But hey, far be it from me to suggest that you shouldn't hate us. It's perfectly rational to hate people for making a decision that doesn't affect you in any way, shape, or form. For instance, the other day, I asked a total stranger what his cholesterol level was, and he told me he didn't know. Boy, what a jerk. How dare he not learn personal information about himself and share it with the rest of the world? Seriously, Cracked, you're turning into the New York press of the internet. That's press with a capital P, the newspaper. I assume it chose the name New York Press because the name New York douchebag wankmaster wouldn't fit on their masthead. This is a newspaper so devoted to making the point, we are superior to everyone else and you aren't good enough to read us, that it manages to be the second worst newspaper in New York City. And of course, that second place ranking is only because the New York Post is the worst newspaper in the history of the universe. But anyway, how about finding out the sexes of your children? I mean, I can see lots of good reasons to do it. I mean, for one thing, the sooner you find out, the sooner you can, start rigidly enforcing gender roles. I mean, paint the room pink or blue, buy it GI Joe or Barbie. Really drill home those lessons about the proper place of each gender: war and killing for boys, fashion and cookie baking for girls. For instance, let's say we found out we're having two boys. Well, right away, we could start making plans, sign them up for Pop Warner football, buy them toy trucks, and decorate their room with cowboy imagery, because of course, we can presume that they will be interested in these things without ever having met them, based solely on their gender. Similarly, if they were both girls, we could buy them dresses and bows and tutus and other articles of clothing that are so incredibly practical for an infant. Or if we have one of each, we can start making plans right away to constantly praise the boy for his accomplishments and the girl for her appearance. Really drive home exactly what it is that each gender has to contribute to society. And of course, if you don't find out the gender of your babies, friends and family won't be able to bombard you with tons of pink or blue stuff. I mean, think of poor Aunt Zuzu standing in Target and looking at a neon pink onesie that says Diva on it in spangly letters, but she doesn't yet know it'll be the appropriate gift for your unborn child, if it's a girl or a cartoonish gay stereotype. Okay, to come down to earth a little bit, a lot of people that I know and love found out the gender of their babies, and they had good reasons for doing it. And actually, in fact, it's kind of exhausting not finding out in the modern age. Like the time that we're having an ultrasound, the ultrasound tech said, "Okay, I'm gonna point the wand below the legs now, and so turn away from the screen, and I won't show you, but I promise you they really do have legs." Finding out the sex is the right choice for a lot of people, but it wasn't for us. And you know what, Cracked? It's kind of nice to be surprised. I know you don't agree since you haven't surprised your readers in over 3 years now, but some of us like it. Don't worry, Cracked. You'll always be my go-to website for jaded, self-loathing, post-ironic know-it-allism. Bye!